Here's the 50,000 plus mile review. I think I just clicked 55,000 recently. Um, no problems at all. I mean, truck is still same truck it was when I bought it. The Fox suspension still pretty solid. It doesn't really baby carriage yet. I mean, it's not as tight and stiff as it was the day I bought it, but it's got 40,000 miles on it at this point. I did pan service on the truck, on the transmission at, what was it, 36, right when it went out of warranty. Changed the differential fluid. I keep Redline synthetic in it. I change that every 3,000 miles. I got a catch can in there I use. I use the CRC Turbo Boost intake cleaner every other oil change to keep the intakes clean from the GDI system. I mean, the truck's solid. I already said that pretty much. I mean, I got the interior all hooked up. You've seen my other videos, so it's nice in there. And, this is just more of a performance review. I mean, I would say the biggest thing I've learned or that's different is that I tow that around. So I think it's almost 4,000 pounds total with the trailer and the gear and shit in there. So that's when I learned what the 10-speed is for. I never understood the 10-speed when I got it. I kind of called it out in my videos that it was weird. It takes a little bit to get used to. I wasn't sure if I liked it, but I got used to it. And when you start towing weight with this truck, that's when you really understand why there's a 10-speed on it. It never hunts for a gear. You're never in no man's land with your trailer as far as what gear you're in. It's never too high or too low. There's always a gear that's right for the situation that you're in with this truck. So, I mean, just towing with this thing is it's a treat, you know? I mean, it's the F-150 transmissions in there, 10 gears to tow for you're right where you need to be as far as RPMs, no matter what situation with 10 different gears. It's really nice. And I've mentioned I do have videos aside from mentioning it of me climbing mountains. I work on cell towers and holy shit, I mean, this thing's gone up 12, 13% grades like it's nothing. And, 4 inches, 5 inches of snow. I got Duratrax, but I mean, it's when you just slap it in 4-wheel drive or put on terrain management, I mean, it just goes right up anything. I've thrown 1,000 pounds in the back of this truck numerous times, had people dump 100-meter fiber optic cables in the bed of this truck with a forklift. I mean, just crush the suspension when they do it. And, and then they're just jabbing it forward, sliding it in. And I'm sitting there like, oh, shit, but I pull it up to site and go up a 13% grade on a mountain and we throw it off the back of my truck and it's fine. I've done it multiple times. I mean, this thing will hold, 1,600 pounds payload. So it's a truck. It's not a little mini toy or nothing. It takes a beating. So, I really, I don't have many complaints. The interior is a little plasticky, but do some work. Put some leather in there, soften it up. I can't say enough about it. Like I said, 55,000. She's pretty solid. At 60, I'm going to take it in for a pan swap and get a new filter for the transmission as well. I'll probably have them change the differential again. Other than that, I mean, the only thing I let people do to this is inspect it. So, I keep the good oil in it. I clean the hell out of this truck. I put a ton of fluid film on it. I really recommend this stuff to people too. Even if you have a rust coating, fluid film is just great. And you can get like an air gun set up if you need it, but I live up here in the winter, so But yeah, I mean, keep your intake clean with the CRC, do the GDI maintenance stuff that you need to do, and the truck will run great. Keep the good engine in it, oil in it. Don't let it go fucking 10,000 miles like people say. Change the shit. I mean, this stuff is expensive, like really good full synthetic, and you can see it breaking down. I'm sure it's still good and working, but it ain't red anymore. And it's dark and it's not as thick so it's starting to break down. And I don't know, is it really that much to change oil? I just, I don't know. And another thing is the oil filter. There's a little doodad. I've tried so many different things to get that filter off without you, because I use my hands most of the time, and it's just a pain in the dick. You really gotta like wrench it and get yourself in a weird position. But there's this one on Amazon that has like these ratcheting little effect to it, and it's got these teeth that grip onto it. This thing rips off anything, like stuff like this. These just slip. This is crap. It just instantly strips. There's really nothing else you can get in there. You can't get one of those in there. That thing's a pain in the butt to get in there too. Like, you can do it with that, but it mangles the fucking thing. Like, this kind of marks it up a little bit, but you can just slap an extension bar on it. Like with that handle deal that you can use, it's a still a pain in the ass. But with this thing, you just slap an extension on the back and it comes right off. So let's you can find that on Amazon. Just look for oil filter remover and it looks like this. It works great. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I always get the base model and then church it up how you like it. So I got the full leather. I got the sub for under the seat. So I wired the kicker box right under that back seat there. And the wires just go right underneath the rail into the thing there. That's a RAM mount laptop holder. I highly recommend those if you need to have a laptop in your truck, because I mean, you can go four-wheeling and it bolts right to the existing seat bolts, and then you slide it right in there, and there's an articulating laptop holder. I just keep a golf club thing on it so it's soft. But leather interior, leather steering wheel, aftermarket Google CarPlay, hooks into the OBD2 sensor. There's an ultra gauge over there, camera. Joined the fire department, so I got the lights hooked up now. I got a little siren hooked up in there too, so I can blast if I need to get somebody's attention. These are really good too. I never mentioned this, but there's this thing called Pro Clip. You buy it specifically for your model phone. It slides in there and stays in really nice, and there's no drilling. Every product they have snaps in somehow, and they're all super secure. Like, you can bounce this truck like a son of a bitch doing some crazy four-wheel, and the phone will just chill. It don't go nowheres, and I've tried so many different ones. They're just a pain. And I wired up, so down there, those two buttons right there, that one's a switch that does the park and brake, so I can watch movies or tell Google that I'm in park mode. And then the other one is my siren. I just bought a couple switches online and wired them up to the things down there. It took the USB port out, but I rewired it back, so there's another one in the back here. That was kind of a pain in the ass, but if you can just tuck it right underneath your floorboard and it'll go all the way back. It's real easy to do. Yeah, I mean, that's, I don't know what else to talk about with the truck. I really like it. You're getting the same transmission and engine no matter what package you get. So, I put a lot of stuff in this truck for pretty cheap. It wasn't even close to the $10,000 extra you spend for like an XLT or, I mean, Jesus, the Lariat's what, 50 grand? That's ridiculous. So, you know, keep the red line in it, change it every 3 grand. Do your GDI service intervals with your turbo cleaners and all those different GDI cleaners. I think they got like a GDI maintenance kit. I'll do that like I think I've done that 3 times. Yeah, 3 times in the 50,000 miles. So just stay up on your engine because it's not cleaning itself with the direct injection. And there's really not an issue. So recommend the truck to anybody. And like you said, she's solid. I do tons of commercial grade work in this Ranger, which used to be, you know, a little farm truck, but she ain't, man. So I tow 4,000 pounds at all time. Max is 7,500. I mean, you know it's there, but it's not, the truck's not struggling. It doesn't hate it. Like I've towed other things with trucks and it's been not fun. So, or the truck is just screaming. And like I said, that's where the 10-speed really excels, is when you're towing shit. So great truck. Throw the suspension in it first and then go from there. Get your base model. 50K. I'm going to try to go to 200,000 on this truck. I'd like to eventually give it to my daughter. So see if we can make it last till she turns 16. Thanks, guys. Happy Rangering. If anybody's got any other, you know, good stuff for the community, I'd love to hear it in the comments or whatever. So thanks, guys. Have a good summer. Look forward to talking more. And I'm going to start posting about the Razor too, because I got a couple parts for that and I broke it in. And this is a really good product too. It was like I was going to get a Sportsman that was fully loaded. And I got my daughter, and she didn't really want to ride on the back. She was kind of, you could tell the way she looked, and she liked having a seatbelt more with a seat. So you can get a really fast one of these for what it costs to get in a full size or a fully loaded Polaris Ranger. So I was pretty impressed for what this thing costs, what it can do. Now it's bone dry, so I had to get a roof and a windshield, and I'm getting some other parts for it. I might put some shocks in it eventually, but it doesn't suck how it is. So, and I've owned lots of 4-wheelers and stuff growing up, so it'll be fun. I'll post some stuff about this too, and maybe the little girl can hold the camera and get involved. So like I said, thanks, guys. And yeah, she's solid, man. If it was a piece of shit, I'd let you know. And I really haven't had any fucking issues with this truck. She's been there for me every single time and does everything I ask her to. So take care, guys. Have a good day.